I was out in Miami, Florida with former heavyweight champion Oliver McCall and his son Elijah McCall. And Elijah was telling me about some guys here that were fighting in their basement and backyards, and trying to get recognized. And oddly enough, when I returned to Martinsville, I got invited to a show that some of these guys participated in. It was at the Armory back in February of 2011. Went, saw a couple of guys I recognized from the video, and just told them, hey, if you ever need any help, if you want to do this thing for real, let me know. And a couple of guys started coming up to my house training, and it just snowballed from there. So actually, I ended up getting pretty much told I had to get these guys off my porch and find somewhere else for them to go. So, that's kind of how it worked out, and I was blessed to find this place.
So you find some space, you got a ring, you got the bags, you're ready to go. Now, for these guys who've been fighting kind of street fight, get them in here and get the discipline on them. That must have been kind of a transition.
Well, that's one of the things that we focus on here. A lot of discipline. We teach a lot of values. Because with everything that we teach here, you can use outside of here in life. Discipline, self-respect, determination, dedication. A lot of that stuff is involved in what we do. These guys came in, and it was hard. A lot of these guys thought they knew everything there was to know about fighting. A lot of them knew that they could punch, but they didn't know how to punch. And I was blessed to get a good group to come in, listen, and learn. Some of them were like sponges. I just can't give them enough, and we've been blessed. So far, within a year's time, we've got an amateur MMA team of about 12 people. We've got 3 amateur MMA champions, 3 separate weight classes. So we're doing real good. We've got a lot of up-and-coming fighters. Got some guys that'll be ready to go pro about maybe later on this year sometime. So, it's going pretty well. And then I've always got my pro boxing that I fall back on with Elijah McCall now, hopefully taking the reins from his father, Oliver McCall. So.
Oliver, you don't have to say Oliver McCall to somebody in the fight game, and they know who you're talking about. The one man to put Lennox Lewis down on the canvas, the man who actually took that championship belt away from him. His legacy, regardless of what some others may say, is of a great fighter with a terrific history. And do you think his son is going to be able to live up to that legacy?
I actually do. His son has got the natural ability. He's very athletic. I don't want to say that he's more gifted than his father because he's still green, but with his father in his corner, everybody's coming together as a team and teaching him a lot of the tricks of the trade. And I feel like the future's, the sky's the limit for him. As long as he sticks with it, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He did attend JMU for a football scholarship, but his heart was in boxing. And once he made that transition, it hasn't been a hard one, but it's been a slow one, which is good for somebody of his caliber. We want to take it slow and easy, make sure that he get the right fights, and build him up to the point of not pushing him out there too soon. A lot of the guys are in it now for the money, and with the American heavyweight division, I don't know who follows boxing now, but the American heavyweights are garbage. A lot of people are training halfway. They're not hungry for that, which the belts don't mean a lot, but to have that prestige as a world champion, that's the ultimate goal. But a lot of guys are doing it now for the paycheck, and hopefully Elijah's the future of American heavyweight boxing.
So let's talk about this place a little bit. You got the ring, you got the weights, you got all the bags that are here. You want people to start coming in, getting introduced into boxing and MMA. They need a resource.
Yes, and actually, believe it or not, we do a little bit of everything. I've worked with football players as far as high school and college. We've got several of the Virginia Storm semi-pro football players coming in. I've got a female semi-pro basketball player that works out here, a couple of college soccer players, baseball. This is a multifaceted fitness center. We don't just focus on the fighting. We do offer other things. And what I like to tell people is I dedicate to the client. Whatever their need is, that's what I try to supply. So I don't want to make the conception that it's just a fighting gym, because it's not. We do a lot of the footwork drills that we do in boxing and MMA goes hand in hand with football, soccer, basketball. So, everything kind of ties in together. And that's what I want to be able to provide as a service for a lot of the kids that, when they're not in season and they need somewhere to practice or they need somewhere to